Hello, lovely listeners. Welcome to In Harmony with Vitality, where we empower your journey, embracing your vitality to unleash the potential within.
Hello, I'm Eva.
And I'm Marta.
And together we are your hosts, certified integrative nutritional health coaches and moms on a mission. We are here to guide you through the maze of health and wellness, steering clear of fat diets and one-size-fits-all solutions.
We believe in a personalized approach, turning into your bio-individual needs, embracing and honoring your uniqueness, and making decisions based in your inner wisdom.
This podcast is not just about facts and figures. We are here to bring you light, interesting and entertaining conversations, all backed up by science. Expect a blend of knowledge and laughter as we explore the world of well-being.
And speaking of exploration, we're not just your host. We're fellow explorers on this journey. Throughout the episodes, we'll be sharing our own experiences in health, wellness, parenting, and life.
Our hope is to inspire and motivate you to make positive changes in your life. Whether you're a seasoned wellness enthusiast or just starting your journey, we got something for everyone.
So get ready for a dose of vitality, wisdom, and a touch of humor on In Harmony with Vitality. Join us as we navigate the exciting adventure towards a healthier, happier, and more vibrant you.
Because life is a symphony, and together let's find our harmony. Empower your journey, embrace your vitality, and unleash the potential within.
Hello and welcome back to In Harmony with Vitality. I'm Marta. Hello, Eva. How are you doing?
Hello, Marta, and hello, everyone. I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Very good. Thank you. Very, very happy to be here with you and to talk about this topic that is so interesting. And I know that we are going to give so many tips to all of you and some more a lot of information.
Yeah, a lot of knowledge that sometimes I think it's misunderstood. So let's see what we can share about sugar.
Today, we're tackling a subject that it's present everywhere and often misunderstood. This is sugar. That's right. Sugar is everywhere. From the obvious sweets to the hidden sugar lurking in many of our everyday foods. In this episode, we'll uncover the sweet truth about sugar and its impact on our health and well-being. It's so crucial for us to understand how sugar affects our bodies if we want to live our lives in harmony with vitality. From energy levels to mood swings, sugar plays a significant role in our overall well-being. By shedding light on the effect of sugar consumption and discussing why it's essential to reduce our intake, we hope to empower you, our listeners, to make informed choices about your diet and lifestyle. So grab your favorite beverage, sit back, and join us as we explore the world of sugar and its implication for our health. Stay tuned because by the end of this episode, you will be equipped with the knowledge and tools to embark on a journey towards a lower sugar lifestyle and ultimately greater vitality. You're listening to In Harmony with Vitality. Let's dive in. Okay, Eva, I know we have a lot of information. We want to talk about so many things. So just let's start explaining what is sugar. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it is a topic that we really need to learn more about, and we really need to shed more information about it, because I think there is a lot of misunderstanding about sugar. Oftentimes you can see that people are totally against the sugar, and they would cut it out completely of their lifestyle, even in the most purest form, like in fruits, because of the fear of the negative impacts on sugar. But we have to understand that sugar in its simplest form, it refers to a class of carbohydrates that are sweet tasting and provide energy to the body. And that's the key, that it provides energy to our body, both to our muscles and also for our brain. They need these body parts, they really need to have sugar, because from there they can have energy, and then they can work optimally. So when we refer to sugar, the common forms are includes the sucrose, the fructose, and the glucose. And the sucrose that is commonly found in the table sugar, and it's the combination of glucose and fructose. And the fructose is naturally found in fruits, while glucose is the primary source of energy for the body. So it is being really demonized, but we really need to make sure that we understand that it is the primary energy form. So it is not all bad. We just have to be conscious about cutting out the refined sugar, and making sure that we are not overloading our bloodstream and our body with the sugar intake, because that's what happens nowadays. That that our ancestors, they used to eat sugar in the form of fruits or the honey, but nowadays we have it with every single meal, and even between meals. When we are snacking on things that are not nuts and whole foods, we are eating sugar, and that overload is really has a really bad negative effect on our body.
Yeah, and the problem is that it's hidden in between a lot of ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
When you buy some food and you think this is a healthy food, probably if you read the labels, you can find that there is sugar in it. Probably it's called in a different way, but it's sugar. So
Yes.
you're eating so many sugar during the day in so many times that it's too much. We don't need that much.
Exactly, and that's exactly there. There are two very important things that you said. That oftentimes we buy foods that are that has the marketing that says that it's good for you, that it's healthy, and you should be eating. And oftentimes these foods are targeting kids, which is very sad and very dangerous. And then the other thing that you said, that it's hidden in so many places. Hidden in a way that when you read the labels, it says sugar, and you think, oh, it's not that much, but then you see sugar and glucose syrup and syrup of whatever and syrup of I don't know, and it's like when you are adding that up, it's a lot.
Yeah, yes, in that just one product, but if you add all the products that you consume during the day, and for example, the other day I went to the supermarket and I purchased it is hazelnut milk.
Hazelnut milk, yes.
Hazelnut milk.
I love that. It tastes so good.
Yeah, I love it too. But when I didn't read it, the labels, I just grabbed one, and when I came home and I read all the ingredients, and just guess what it was on it: sugar.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. Like, and that's one really good example that nowadays, there are a lot of concerns about the milk consumption, especially over consuming it. So we are replacing it with plant-based milk, and oftentimes it's soya or hazelnut or rice, but they so often they have added sugar in it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really high in sugar. And for example, what also happens is that there is, for example, the oat milk, that because of the process, how it is created, it has a much higher sugar content, even without adding sugar to it.
Yeah, because it's a really high process. It is highly processed
highly processed, exactly. And actually, to make oat milk is super easy. You can do it at home. You just have to have the oats. You have to put some water into it and have the kitchen robot, and that's it. And
it is very easy. I try like several times doing it, but it never appears.
It's not the same taste.
No, it doesn't taste the same way as when you buy it from the supermarket, because I taste several brands, and when I do it at home, it's not the same. Just for example, I have made a plant-based of I don't know how do you say in English. It's anacardo.
Cashew nuts.
Yeah, I have done the plant-based cashew milk.
Yeah.
And that one, that's really good. That I made it. And it tastes very good. But the oat milk is, for me, so difficult.
Yeah, it is definitely different taste than the one that you buy in the stores. But I think it's just like with reducing your sugar intake. It's just a question of getting used to it.
Yeah, probably.
Because I'm guessing that the ones that we are buying in the supermarkets, they are processed in a way that the taste is different, and they also add they have to add something to it, otherwise they wouldn't be able to leave it on the shelves for months, so probably there must be something added, or the way that it is processed, it creates a different taste.
Yeah, and also the ones that you buy in the supermarkets, they are heated. They heat it to more than 100 degrees. It's more than 100. So probably all the minerals, vitamins that the oat has just
doesn't have
blow away,
Yeah, that's also a very good point. Yeah, when you make it at home. And what I love is that when I make it at home, I can just use the meal, the oatmeal that is left after filtering the milk, and I can use that to make energy balls or put it into cakes. So it's like a win-win situation, because you are using everything. There's nothing left, and it's full of minerals. It's full of nutrients, fibers, protein. So it is really good.
Yeah.
So just to get back to the sugar a bit more, that so what we have to really create be more conscious about is the finding the added sugars that there is in our foods, because that is it is completely empty calories. It has no nutritional value for our body. All it does is just does this really sudden hike and spike of sugar, and then your glucose falls, and then you feel sluggish, you feel brain fog, you feel like you're struggling through your day. And what happens when it occurs, that you either drink a coffee or you eat more sugary stuff to get your energy level back.
Yeah, and it's like going into circles all the time, because you have
not just circles, like up and down.
Yeah, you have a high powerful moment, with a lot of sugar that you have intake,
Yes.
And you have a lot of energy, and then all the glucose go down and start feeling tired. And the mood, you start probably
the mood swings.
Grumpy.
Absolutely. Yeah. And this ups and downs all the time, it's really, it puts a lot of toll on your system, both on your circulation. It's really bad for your brain health, and in general for your general well-being. It is really it's really bad. I think it would be interesting to talk a little bit about what sugar, the overconsumption of sugar, can do to our body, because it affects everything from our brain to our gut and to our mood, everything.
Yeah, that's right. It's explore the health consequences of excessive sugar consumption, such as obesity, diabetes, heart disease, and dental problems. These are just some of the consequences that could impact on our health, consuming a high amount of sugar every day.
Yes.
There is a lot of people that they are getting diabetes, just for this, for not having a good diet and consume so much sugar. And the problem is that is so it is hiding on all the products that probably you think you are eating healthy and you're not.
Yeah.
And you don't know,
absolutely.
and you're not conscious. So this episode is very good just to make you conscious about it and to learn reading the labels.
Yes,
to try to avoid it.
Yes, absolutely. Well, we can see that in the world everywhere, the obesity and the diabetes is a huge problem. As you mentioned, the insulin resistance, which is the pre-diabetic state, it's widespreading, and after the diabetes, you are having so many other health problems. It's just unbelievable, and this is just the most severe cases, but over consumption of the sugar also affects our energy levels, our mood. It affects how our brain works, the clarity that we have in our mind. And also there are so many studies that are showing now that degenerative diseases and mental diseases are also linked to the overconsumption of the sugar, because it destroys our gut health. And we talked about it in previous episodes that when your gut health is not good, then your mental health is not going to be good either.
Yeah, correct, exactly. And all the diseases and illness, like for example, it could be Parkinson, Alzheimer, I think it's called in English arthritis.
Arthritis, yes.
Arthritis. All these kind of illness are linked into consumption of sugar.
And actually, we don't have to go to so serious illnesses. From my own experience, I for example, I know that even our skin health depends on the consumption of the sugar. Because when I entered the teenager age, so from about 12 or 13 or so, I started to have a lot of problem with my skin. I had really bad eruptions and really inflamed skin. And apart from that, it was painful. It was also bothering me hugely. A young girl in the teenager ages, it is very annoying, and it is very, it affects your. It was affecting my self-confidence as well. So with my mom, we went to one doctor to another, looking for solutions, and one of the dermatologists prescribed me a drug that was so powerful that I had to sign that I wouldn't get pregnant. And
while I'm
having the treatment, exactly.
Oh my goodness!
Yes, exactly. And not long later, I had a checkup with my women doctor. The doctor for women, especially. And
yes.
And when he heard about it, he was like, "You stop taking that drug right now." Yeah. And I was like, and with my mom, we were like, "Oh, what's going on?" And he was like, "It is," and at the time they already knew that it is. With studies, it was proven that if you get pregnant, and that's why I had to sign, the baby or the fetus would have development issues, wouldn't develop a correct way, and that's why you have to sign that. Yeah. And I was like, and at that moment with my mom, we realized, like, so if it's doing that to a fetus, what is it doing to me? What kind of secondary effects am I going to have? How long is it going to take to clear it out of my system? So it is like, that was the moment when we were like, okay, I stopped doing that, and we have to look for some other solutions. And we tried many different therapies, from colonotherapy to holistic approaches. And in the end, what really helped is that I went on a sugar detox, and my mom did it with me. And we completely cut out all sugars.
Well,
I'm not going to lie, in the beginning.
That was very strong, right? Strong change.
It was a huge change, and I'm not going to lie. In the first 2 weeks, I had troubles because I constantly felt like I need sugar now. I need something sweet right now. But it took about 2 weeks when my body got used to it, and it got easier. And after that, I didn't crave sugar at all. And apart from I lost weight, I felt much better. I had more energy. My skin just cleared off. It cleared up completely, and I never had any problems since then.
Is as you can see, is you're taking out the sugar, and you find out how much energy consumption was taking the sugar from you.
Yes.
And also sugar dehydrated.
Dehydrates, yes.
You also, so you're more tired. So
true. It's just a vicious circle. Exactly.
It has such a impact into your health, sugar.
Yes. Yeah, so, and when I see people with skin problem, I all the time think about it, like, guys, you need to look at your diet.
Yes, that's right. It's also on teenage, when the hormones are, very
changing, yeah,
you have a lot of acne. But the teenage, as you know, they do not eat well, so they have such a. It is worse,
True. Yeah,
it is worse.
And some other thing just came into my mind. I used to have really bad PMS syndromes. Right, during menstruation, I had a really, really bad bellyache. I always had to take some painkillers because I couldn't stand up straight. And when I went on the sugar detox, I never had any pain since then.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow. Yes. It's very interesting.
Yes, I have read many studies about that since then, and it has been proven that sugar is making your menstrual cycle more painful.
Wow, that's a very good tip, and an information, not tip. It's a very good information.
Yeah. So, and what I was just sharing before, that when I started the sugar detox, I felt really itchy, and I kept craving for sugar. It is because the brain actually has the same response to sugar than to drugs.
Yes. I knew that it is very impact. That has been several studies on rats, and one of them that I know is this investigation or this study is they gave drugs into those rats and also sugars, and the rats prefer sugar instead of cocaine in this case. And so you can see how addicted it will be sugar. And also they made a scan into the brain, and the cocaine affect the same part of the brain than the sugar. So it is a legal drug. It is illegal.
It is a legal drug, and it is not just the most maddening thing that it's not only just legal, it's especially in foods for kids, which is so, it's just so, it causes so much damage. For example, when you go to the supermarket and when you are at the cashier and everything is full of Kinder Bueno and chocolate and Milka and candies, and everything is sugar, and everything is at the eye level of the kids, and then you have to keep fighting with I have to keep fighting with them. Fortunately, it's not that bad, because if I tell them that it's no, and I can trade with them, that you're not getting that, but I'm getting you some other healthier option.
Yeah.
and I can talk to them, but it is so damaging.
That's right. And also, when you get used to it, to have a really good diet, is your body doesn't ask for sugar because it is not necessary. You eat sugar because you want pleasure, because it's just pleasure.
Yes, exactly.
It is not because you need it. It's like my body needs that vitamin. No, it doesn't have any vitamins in this kind, the white sugar. You know,
it has nothing. No, it releases the dopamine. Yeah, and that's why you keep craving for it. And that's it. That leads to the craving, and potentially it is going to create addictive patterns. You get addictive to it, and when you are withdrawing it, what happens to me as well is that when I went on the sugar detox, that in the beginning I was like an addicted on the detox, and that what happened. What's going on with my tongue now?
Yes, and when you detox from sugar, what happened when you start eating some sugar? Did you have on your the taste?
I couldn't. I couldn't eat the same food that I ate before. I didn't feel like eating. I didn't crave for it, so I wouldn't eat it. But what happened is that I moved away from Hungary, and when I was a little kid, we used to go on every Sunday. Well, not every Sunday, but on some of the Sundays, the treat was that we would go to the pastry shop, and I would eat all these creamy, super sweet, delicious things, full of sugars. And then, when I stopped eating, I also moved away from Hungary. And here in Spain, they didn't have them. I wouldn't want to eat them anyway. But when I went back home for a visit with Mom, we went passed by one of these shops, and we went in just to have, just to feed the memory.
Yes.
And we were like, let's have some nostalgia. So we had one piece of cake, and it was so sweet we couldn't even finish it. It was like, oh my God,
I need water. I need water to swallow this.
Exactly. It is super interesting that when you can re-educate your taste buds, and you can get this craving for the sugar out of it, because our taste buds they regenerate, I think, in like 10 days. So you can change your diet in 10 days.
No, you cannot. And we are not saying to do not have any more sugar or to do not eat sweets at all. It's just to reduce the consumption of this, and your body, it will show you on the when you start eating well. When you have a piece of cake in front of you and you eat it, you will see that you cannot eat anymore.
No,
it's like, wow, this is too sweet, Yeah. You will learn.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. You re-educate yourself. But the thing is that, you can still enjoy it, as you said. You can still enjoy it occasionally. But the thing, what you really have to pay attention on the quality and the quantity. And, make sure that you're not just having a tablespoon of sugar, but for example, if you have a piece of fruit, that's full of sugar as well, but it's naturally occurring sugar. And within the fruit, you have the vitamins, you have the minerals, you have the fiber, so it slows down the response, the sugar response in the body. It's more balanced. It's not like you have that high spike and then you are falling. You just have to, I also agree with you. We just have to be more conscious about it and reduce the consumption of it. And when you do eat it, you have little piece of cake or nice ice cream during summertime. Obviously, you can enjoy it. Enjoy that occasional moment.
Yeah, that's right. And to share with our listeners, what about if we just mention some of the foods that there is a lot of sugar hidden?
Yeah, the hidden sugar. Yeah, that's a good. It would be a good tip. Yeah. Just to talk a little bit about about those foods that we wouldn't even think that it's loaded with sugar. And the first of them is the condiments, like all the sauces, the barbecue sauce, the salad dressings, the marinades, the ketchup, they are loaded with sugar.
Yeah, that's right.
That's something that, that's not something that you would think like in the ketchup I have sugar, because you eat it with salty foods, but it's full of sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Or the salad dressings as well.
Yeah, those have a lot of sugar. Yeah, that's
Yes.
right. Also, another one, it will be flavored yogurts.
Mhm.
Many flavored yogurts, especially those marketed as low fat or fat free, contain added sugars to improve taste.
Yes.
Opting for plain yogurt and adding your own fresh fruit is a healthier alternative in this case.
Absolutely. Very good tip. Also, what is full of sugar, hidden sugar, it's or not so hidden, is the breakfast cereals. Like all the, I'm not going to say the big brands, but they are marketed as start your day with energy, have a healthy breakfast, and they tell you to have a bowl of cereal, a glass of orange juice, and then it's going to be your healthy breakfast. But what it's going to do is, again, just spike your sugar, and then within an hour you are with no energy.
Yeah, that's right.
But fortunately, there are more and more brands that are offering whole grain cereals, for example, that have no added sugar and no added sweeteners. It's important, to avoid the artificial sweeteners as well, because sometimes the effect of the artificial sweetener is even worse than the sugar.
Yeah, that could, we can explain another episode, because it has such a impact in the health also.
Absolutely, yes.
Also, another, it would be packaged snacks, food like granola bars, energy bars, flavored nuts, and dry fruit snacks often contain hidden sugar. Sorry.
Yes.
So look for snacks with no added sugars, or make your own using natural ingredients, like your own granola. You can do.
Absolutely. And oftentimes what I do is just have, I buy the nuts myself in big quantities. At home I have them in jars, and for a day I just pack, when I pack the snacks, I just pack 2-3 different nuts, maybe put some dark chocolate, like 80% chocolate pieces into it, and that's my snack, and that's perfectly fine. You can have the same thing, but the healthier version without all the sugar added to it. Also, one of the big food categories where we have a lot of hidden sugar is the beverages. Actually, the sugary drinks such as the sodas, the fruit juices, the sports drinks. They are so loaded, not just sugar, but all other ingredients that you should not be consuming. And unfortunately, I see teenagers are drinking these energy drinks like it was water.
Yes, that's right. I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. When I see the teenagers after playing their sport, is they drink this kind of a beverage, and it's so bad for their health.
Yeah, some of them have additives, and they add ingredients that are actually have been proven to cause behavioral issues. And on some of the cans, they also say that I think it's either say that it can cause behavioral issues, or it states that not recommended for the consumption of I think 16 or below, or something like that.
But you're talking about the coloring.
Yes, exactly. The coloring and all these energy drinks.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, that's
because
right.
These energy drinks are having the coloring, the artificial coloring that is so bad.
Yeah, the blue color is the worst one. I think in some of countries are prohibited.
Banned?
Yeah,
for
some of the colors. Here in Spain, it is now.
Yet. Well, hopefully it's going to change.
I hope so.
it would be.
Yeah. And also another one, it would be processed food. Processed food like canned soups, frozen meals, and prepackaged sauces may contain added sugars for flavor and
Enhancement. Yeah, exactly. To have a better taste.
yes. So choose whole and processed food whenever possible and cook meals from scratch using natural ingredients.
Absolutely. Yeah. Sugar is not only there for having a better taste, but it's also a form to make the shelf life longer. It's a preservation. For preservation, they use it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's, for example, it's in processed foods or also in meat cuts, like salamis and all that.
Yes.
It is there because it helps to keep the food longer on the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
So just avoid it.
Yes.
Yeah. Also, all the most of the breads and baked goods, especially on big in big supermarkets and hypermarkets, where they are baking them in a row, and they have them nonstop. These are so processed that no, don't eat it. Whenever it's possible, just look for those just those old traditional shops where they are making the breads. They are making them and they are not coming in frozen forms. They are making the bread freshly, especially if you can find breads made with sourdough. Those are really good. The yeast in the bread is also having a really bad effect on our gut health. So if you can get the sourdough, it's like the fermented version of the bread. It is actually beneficial for your gut health.
Yeah. Yes, a very good tip, that one. And flavor coffee drinks, especially coffee drinks like flavor lattes, mochas, and frappuccinos can contain significant amount of added sugar from syrups and flavor sauces. Opt for plain coffee or espresso with a splash of milk or unsweetened alternative. Is those frappuccinos or lattes it has so many. It has a very very small amount of coffee and a lot of amount of sugar.
Added taste, yeah, exactly. You're not drinking that for the coffee, that's for sure. If you want to have a coffee, have a coffee. If you want to have sugary drinks, then you drink the sugary drinks. But these flavored coffees, they are not coffee. You're not drinking it for the coffee.
You can prepare your latte at home, with
yeah, there are machines. Yeah.
Not with machines. It's like, for example, pumpkin latte is so yummy, And
I've never tried it because I have been drinking coffee, like plain coffee, for ages. I love coffee, and in the morning I really enjoy coffee. If I want to add flavor, what I do is I get some coconut cream, and then just plain coconut cream without sugar. Plain coconut cream with coffee, and then I have that. But usually I have the coffee plain
coffee.
Yes, espresso. Yeah, I have been drinking that like that. Yeah,
good. That's good. That's a good option. Also,
yeah. It's also you just have to get used to it, because most of the time people complain that it's so bitter, I don't like the taste. But it again comes that you have to re-educate your taste buds, and that's it.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, I used to drink plain coffee with my mother always after our meal, and we together we drink our plain coffee. But later on, I start putting milk. In this case, it would be hazelnut milk, and it's sweet. This kind of beverage. So
yeah, with that you can change a little bit the taste. That's for sure. Also, I think one of the products that we don't think that is full of sugar is all the low fat and fat-free products that I think you mentioned before, Marta. When you take out the fat, you are taking out also the flavor, because the fat gives the flavor. You just need to think like whipped cream. it's full of flavors, and it's fat.
Yeah,
It
and
needs
they
pure
need to
storm.
compensate it with some ingredients.
Exactly, and when they take out from the yogurt the fat, it's tasteless, so they have to put something else into it, and that's sugar, unfortunately. Or now that they know that people are getting more conscious about sugar, now they are adding sweeteners, but then you have to be conscious about what kind of sweeteners they are adding to it.
Yes, that's right. Is they try to do a lot of marketing
Hmm.
and to do not lie on the product, but they are taking away a lot of things and just including sugar instead.
Yes.
So you just avoid all of this
Yes.
food. And the last one, it will be restaurant and fast food items. Many restaurants and fast food items, including salad, sandwiches, and savory dishes, may contain hidden sugar in dressings, sauces, and marinades. And also, is to taste better, they put a lot of sugar on it. So ask for sauces and dressing on the side, or opt for simple unseasoned options, or try to not going that often to fast
I
food
think that,
restaurants.
I think that would be the first option. Just
Yeah.
avoid going to fast food places. That's the best option. I understand that sometimes you are, I don't know, out in a rush or whatever, and you need to go into it. But nowadays there are so many restaurant options where they are offering fast food kind of food, but in a more healthier way. So there are options, fortunately, more and more.
Yes, that's
Um,
right.
yeah. So as you mentioned before, I think we should leave for another episode all the what you can use instead of sugar. And also in that episode, we could talk about the artificial sweeteners that
Mm-hmm.
we must, just avoid, because they cause so many diseases that is just unbelievable. Some of them are already banned in some countries, but
Mm-hmm.
not everywhere, and not all of them.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. So in the next episode, we will be coming back with that. For now, I think what we just really would like to emphasize is that take small steps. You know, unless you have a really serious health issues and you really need to make the big change, like you are in the pre-diabetic state, then you have to take drastic steps. But if not, just start small and start to adapt your life to a low sugar lifestyle, and start to include more whole foods, unprocessed foods, fruits, cereals, legumes, real foods. And the best way to do it is crowding out. So instead of telling you to yourself, okay, from today I must stop eating this, you can say, from today I'm going to choose to eat more nuts instead of candy bars.
For example, yeah, that's a very good tip, Eva.
It's the mindset.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oftentimes we focus on I can't have this, but if you empower yourself by, I'm choosing to do this for my health and for myself, the conversation you are having in your mind is totally different, and you are empowering yourself to make these steps and make these choices.
Yeah, it will be a positive conversation between you. It is not.
You and you, yes.
Yeah, you and you, exactly. It is not so strict that I can't. So you will start having more anxiety because you want it, but you said that you can't. So that's a very good tip, Eva.
Yeah, I think, and also what I think helps a lot is meal planning. That has been helping me a lot. Like on Thursdays, usually I do a meal planning for the next week. On Friday, I do the shopping, and on Sunday, I do the cooking for the entire next week. And sometimes don't think that I'm doing like 5 different or 7 different meals. What I usually do is I cook a big pot of rice, a big pot of quinoa, some legumes, I oven bake some veggies, and then I'm just mixing them in a different way, adding different homemade sauces to change the taste, and I have 5 meals ready.
Yeah. That's a very good tip also. Yeah, so and it will help you a lot on organization. It will save you a lot of time also.
Yes, absolutely. Time and money and energy.
Yeah. So, as we wrap up today's episode of In Harmony with Vitality, we hope that our exploration of sugar and its impact of health has been illuminating and empowering for you. Understanding the role of sugar in our diets and the potential consequences of excessive consumption in the first step towards making informed choices for our health and well-being. By recognizing the source of hidden sugar, adopting healthier alternatives, and moderating our intake, we can take control of our diets and embark on a journey towards greater vitality. Remember, small changes can lead to significant improvements in our overall health and quality of life. Whether it's swapping out sugary snacks for whole foods, experimenting with sugar substitutes, or simply being more mindful of our consumption. Every step towards reducing our sugar intake is a step towards a healthier, happier life. We want to thank you, our listeners, for joining us on this journey towards greater vitality. If you enjoyed today's episode, please consider subscribing to our podcast and sharing it with your friend and family. We'd love to hear your thoughts, questions, and experience with reducing sugar intake, so feel free to reach out to us on social media or via email. Until next time, stay mindful, stay healthy, and stay in harmony with vitality. This is Marta and Eva signing off. Taking care and remember your health is your greatest asset. So we will see you next week.
Yes, thank you very much for joining us today, and hope to see you next week when we are going to discover the sugar substitutes, the healthy versions and the ones that you should avoid.
Oh, that sounds great. So see you.
Bye.
Bye. If you have any question, topics you would like us to cover, or if you just want to share your own journey, feel free to connect with us on social media. We love hearing from our community. You can find all links in the show notes.
Remember, this podcast is all about embracing your uniqueness and making choices that align with your inner wisdom. Your journey to a healthier and happier life is yours to share.
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. And if you loved what you heard, leave us a review. Your feedback means the world to us, and it helps others discover the podcast.
As we sign off, always remember, life is an incredible journey and you hold the power to make it extraordinary. Tune in next time as we continue our quest for harmony and vitality.
Until then, take good care of yourself, honor your uniqueness, and stay in harmony with vitality.